So according to today's papers, how many times did Christian Bale use the F word during a 4-minute row on set of his latest film? It was 37 times.
That's right, that's one F word every 6 seconds, which means that Christian Bale has given Gordon Ramsay a run for his money. In Gordon's Great British Nightmares, I think he was struggling to get by on one F word every 20 seconds, so he's going to have to pull his socks up. We're going to have more on that story in just a moment. We're live on 5, of course, with Gail Porter, Sanjeev Bhaskar and our special guest, Jimmy Osmond. After the headlines, prayers for patients. Your thoughts on this nurse who faces the sack after asking someone in her care if she could pray for her. 0207 173 5555 is the number for your thoughts. But first, it's the headlines. What's making news today?
All right. Well, a total U-turn. I guess the French company wanted to give most of the jobs...
Total and
Total,
the jobs,
yeah, sorry. Wanted to give most of the jobs to Italian and Portuguese staff.
Right.
And because of the strike, it looks as though at least half of the workers are going to go to British people, so that's wonderful.
Which I mean, it's fantastic news. And I have seen union leaders pop up elsewhere today saying this isn't what's happening and it's been wrongfully reported. So I don't know yet whether to feel jubilant for the 200 extra British jobs that have been created or not. We shall have to see.
I don't know. I guess it is nice to fight for those, though, that you represent and try to give as many jobs as possible to your own country.
Well, your next story is about what's happening in America.
Yeah, which is, I guess, Brown is having a row with Obama on a trade war.
Obama's
I guess
terrified.
Obama is frightened to death. And I guess Obama is going to put a ban on steel and textile imports and to protect American jobs and to protect American trade.
Whereas Gordon Brown wants us to live in a global economy and all look after each other.
But we do affect each other, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a world economy now. I mean, I guess you guys have a saying over there, America sneezes and the Britain gets cold.
Yeah.
But we do affect each other, and I think you got to be sensitive to that.
Do you think it's the right move? But I mean, it's very difficult because if Gordon Brown wants the economies to flourish, he's saying we have to trade between ourselves. Obama's view seems to be, right now, let's protect the American economy by closing down imports. Who's right here?
I don't know if anybody's right, but you know what they do say? When an airplane is going down, you put your own oxygen mask on first before helping your child. And in some ways, each one of our country's leaders probably need to focus on their own front to make sure that we're not hurting each other versus helping each other. And I don't know, there's a fine line there, isn't there?
Yeah, nice metaphor as well.
Oh, thank you. Then,
anything else?
It's talking about jumping out of a plane. This is an interesting story. Daniel Farr, a soldier, he was making his first jump, and he jumped with a guy out of a plane, and that had done 8,000 jumps, and the guy died. How would you feel about that?
In the air?
In the air. He was attached to him, and the guy dies just before the chute is pulled. How would you feel? That would terrify me. That's one of those things you just don't let happen. But apparently he did. He was able to, with his military training, he was able to remain calm and pull the chute and get down safely. And I guess his girlfriend bought him this as a Christmas present. And she's going to think twice about what he gets him next year, I think.
I would imagine so. I'm just wondering if Christian Bale's F-word record would have been beaten by that one, or whether you just get one very long
you know what?
one.
This kind of bugs me. You know, I don't care who you are. And some people, we were talking before the break, some people like their superstars to be baddies. You know, I mean, here's Batman, for Pete's sakes. And some people, you know, get a kick out of that. But I have no patience for somebody that can't control what they say and how they affect other people. I don't care who you are. You don't have the right to belittle and berate anyone, to especially use profane language like he does. I don't know, I have a problem with it.
I have to say, I mean, you have been the picture of politeness, of good manners and courtesy today. You're walking around saying hello to everybody. Well, it's really interesting because, you know, you've been in the business for years and you think, well, if you can behave like that, maybe everybody should.
No, but you know, it's interesting. I've met a lot of celebrities in my life. We all put our pants on the same way. We're all exactly the same. And I think God loves each one of us the same. And there's no reason for anybody to take advantage of anybody. And when you see something like that happen, which I've witnessed in my life so many times, I don't know if it's the pressure or what it is that causes somebody to go bizarre, psycho in this case. I think they need to really take a breath and to look at themselves and wonder who in the heck they are. You know?
This is Christian Bale screaming abuse at his
Yeah, I don't care who the guy
man.
is.
Yeah.
You know, I'd tell him to his face. I don't think it's appropriate to scream at anybody.
Do you swear?
No.
Never?
I don't. I have sworn, yes,
Yeah.
but I don't. I try not to because I think what goes around comes around. I really do. I think if you try to live your life and respect others' religious beliefs and whatever, whoever they are, I think it comes around to you.
I bet you can't say the same, can you, Gail?
I feel really dirty now.
Stop it!
I never swear, no. I'm as white as the snow. There's snow today, which is quite mushy.
Well, I didn't mean for it to come off sounding over the top.
No, but
it does bother me. You know, sometimes celebrities really feel like they have the right to act however they want, and that's not fair. It's not right.
Well said.
It just isn't.
What have you got then, Gail?
Me,
Apart
I've
from
got...
dirty mind.
Dirty mind. No, I heard that this morning on the radio, obviously getting rid of all the expletives. It was absolutely horrific. He was just like, he's a madman.
Yeah.
In some
You
way
should
it's
listen to it if you listen
entertaining,
to
but
it.
yeah.
It's just that poor, he was shouting at the director of photography. And
Right,
that
he
poor
was.
guy.
I
He's
know.
obviously a professional to be working on a film like that. Anyway.
Crazy.
Daily Telegraph, back to the snow. Teachers must show grit. And this is obviously all about the schools being off. We've had schools off for the past 2 days because we've not been able to cope with the fact that we've had snow, even though we knew it's been coming for ages and ages. And it's saying we've showed a defeatist approach to the bad weather. And there's a mother who runs the school-based social network, and she says it tells children it's okay to give up. I don't think it's a very good message. We should be encouraging them to go there at all costs. If ambulance men, policemen and Matthew Wright can get up, no, she didn't say that. Then we can all go up. We've got to be a role model for our children.
Yeah.
But it's true, you know, we can all make it to school. Although I must admit, one of the teachers from Honey's school lives way out of London, and I would rather, if it was dangerous, you don't go in.
Okay.
So if it's one person, that's fine. But then, again, in the Daily Telegraph, we've got councils could run out of grit by the weekend.
But only if they put it on the roads.
Only if it was on the roads. I don't know about you, I haven't seen one gritter.
Have you not? Camden were doing it yesterday, just as it's completely melted.
Mind you, I was
planning.
I was sledging. But yeah, it could run out of grit by the weekend. So they're saying you have got to go back to work, you have got to go back to school, but yeah, we haven't got enough grit. But they did say as well, Good Samaritans, if they put grit down on their pavement, could possibly fall foul of compensation claims, because people can say you haven't gritted your pavement properly. Well, so they're saying people don't grit your own front gardens just in case someone falls and then da.
Crazy.
Don't you just love this country?
Wow.
Now, this one is from the Daily Mail today. The invisible A-stars. Now, this to me sounds ridiculous. Universities are told to ignore new top grade to stop surge in middle-class entrants. So it says, top universities are being advised to ignore the new A-star grades, A-levels on application forms, to avoid recruiting more pupils from middle-class backgrounds. So they're saying, if you're clever enough to get an A-star, which for me in Scotland would be an A+, so you've got just a little bit higher than an A, they're telling universities, just ignore it, just pretend it's an A. So what's the point in having an A-star system
But they're also
if they're
making
going to
social
ignore
judgments
it?
about people.
They're making
as well.
social judgment. They're saying that if you're from a middle-class family, you're going to get an A-star. I got an A-star. Okay,
you?
I paid for it. No, I did. I did get an A-star, but I'm from, you know, a working-class family. So I think that's ridiculous. And why would they have that sort of system in place? The Sun, Purge wipes 90,000 perverts off MySpace. MySpace has banned 90,000 sex offenders from its site, but it's worried that the perverts might go to Facebook. But you've got to remember, there's a rivalry between MySpace and Facebook also go down to extreme lengths to make sure that there's not, you know, sex offenders or paedophiles.
5 years old today, isn't it, Facebook?
5 years old today. Happy birthday, Facebook.
What was
Are
it,
you on
like
Facebook?
110 million people that have joined up to it?
It's
It's
so
extraordinary.
But Facebook does insist it's got zero tolerance policy, and it does remove profiles.
Okay.
But technology expert claimed last night that they found 8,000 plus sex feeds on Facebook.